Hello, this is Paul Matthews. In this tutorial, we're going to expand on the previous call forward tutorial and we are going to dial multiple numbers. The prerequisite of this tutorial is the first tutorial, which is the Hello World, and the previous tutorial, tutorial 5, which is the call forward. We will try two types of dial. One is to dial multiple numbers, one after the other. The second dial that we will try is to dial multiple numbers, all of them together, and the first person to answer the call will be connected. The second use case can be very useful if you have a team of staff that's monitoring a single number. So your customers could call a single number, it will dial all of your staff members, and the first person to pick up will answer the call. That way you can ensure a very quick response even when some of your staff may not be immediately available. So let's try that out. We're going to expand on the previous one. So let's pick up the previous tutorial, which is the call forward. So we're not going to record this call now, so we will just remove the recording, and then we will remove this say as well, and instead just say forwarding your call to Costco. Save as. So this is going to be our 6th tutorial. And the first one is going to be forward one after other.xml. So to do that, we just need to add one more dial. This is the number of Walmart. Let's clean this up a little bit, align it nicely. So the first one, we forwarded the call to Costco. So let's change that from forwarding to connecting. Call with Costco. Okay, there you go. So let's save this file. So the XML file was forward one after the other. So you should already have your XAMPP running, and you should also have your ngrok running from the previous tutorial. So let's go to ngrok and then copy and paste the URL. And let's go back to the browser and this is the file, forward one after other. So this is the XML response. And now we're going to copy this and add it to Twilio. Again, go to the number, selection, change the webhook to the new webhook. Done. And let's make the call.
Go. Thank you for calling the Sunnyvale Costco. The warehouse is now closed.
Let's try again.
Connecting your call with Costco. Thank you for calling the Sunnyvale Costco. The warehouse is now closed. The warehouse is open for all members Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. To reach the administrative staff, press 1. For warehouse hours directions and holidays observed, press 2. For information on
As we
membership or
can
returns,
listen,
press 3.
Costco has answered the call,
For all other departments, press 5.
but Costco has not hung up the call. Unless Costco hangs up the call, the next section in the Twimlet is not going to take effect. So unless Costco answers the call, the next step is not going to take effect. So we are essentially stuck here. So we need to see how can the caller hang up the call. And luckily there is a way in Twilio to make that happen. Let's explore that. So if you look under dial and look at all the dial attributes, there is an attribute called hang up on star, which has got a default value of false. If we make this true, then the caller can dial star and the first call will hang up and the TWIML will continue. So let's try and make this change. So the option was hang up on star. So the S was capital. So what happens is when you call Costco, and while Costco is answering the call, and if you press star from your phone, this call will hang up and then this will connect to Walmart. Let's do a hang up on star on Walmart as well. And now we can make another announcement saying done with your call hanging up. Let's save this file and let's try again.
We are sorry, an application error has occurred. Goodbye.
So we got an application error. Let's see what the issue was. Can you spot it? Let's look. So to find out about the application error, we can click on this debugger icon, which will take us straight to the error. This error says document parse error, and there are some reasons that Twilio has given. It says error on line 7, say must be terminated with say. Let's take a look. This is line 7, say should be terminated with say, and it's not, it's terminated with dial. That's the reason for the error. And now we are going to save it again, and let's see what happens.
Connecting your call with Costco.
Thank you for calling the Sunnyvale Costco.
We are calling Costco now. We're going to press star.
For all members Monday through Friday from
Connecting your call with Walmart.
I press star, and the call is now being forwarded to.
Office is now hiring. Please speak to a manager for details. Thank you.
We're calling Walmart now.
Thank you for calling
Done with your call. Hanging up.
And we pressed star, and that resulted in this, which is done with your call hanging up. That completes this tutorial. We dialed multiple numbers one after the other. No, that actually did not complete this tutorial because we did not dial multiple numbers all together. So now we are going to create a small race between Walmart and Costco to figure out who answers first. So that requires a slightly different way of doing things. So this is the Twilio tutorial on dial, and Twilio explains that it is possible to nest within dial. So let's look at the example of that. So it's possible to have nouns within dial. So these are all the valid nouns within dial, and number is a noun. So as Twilio explains here, if you want to dial a number, you can just add the number within dial. However, if you need to dial into a queue, or if you need to dial a conference, then you need to have that specific noun. And we're going to make use of that to dial multiple numbers simultaneously. So this is going to be our edit. So this is forward one after the other. We are going to copy this. We're going to save it as forward simultaneously. So we're going to make a slight change here in the dial. And we are going to add the number. So let's see what we've done. So we'll change this connecting your call with Costco, or we still have the hang up on star. So we have a dial, and then we have embedded two numbers within it. And then we have a say. This should dial both the numbers, and the call should be connected to the first person who answered it, and the other call should hang up. Now let's take a look. This again is our ngrok. This is the second file. We'll copy that into Twilio. There's our webhook. And let's try to make a call.
Connecting your call with Costco or Walmart. FedEx office is now hiring. Please speak to a manager for details. Thank you.
So the call actually got connected to Walmart.
Office in Trenton with your call. Hanging up.
Then I pressed star and the call hung up. So in this case, Walmart, and I think it's a FedEx office within Walmart that turned out to be the winner. So now let's take a look at the logs to see what actually happened for this call. Interesting. It shows only one call being dialed out. That's very interesting. It should have actually dialed out both the calls since there are nested numbers. Let's look at the Twilio tutorial to see what is possibly going on. Yeah, Twilio definitely says it's simultaneous dialing is possible using multiple number nodes. Oh, I think I know what's going on. The problem is that Twilio is not reporting the second number that was dialed because the number must have been hung up very quickly. So if we look at the incoming call, we can see both the numbers here. So Twilio did attempt, it's just that it's not in the log file. So this was the call log for both numbers dialing simultaneously. There's the incoming call, and there's the outbound call. Here is the call log for the previous call. This incoming call was made. We first dialed Costco, and then we dialed Walmart. The previous call was in error, and that's nicely highlighted in this pink color. So let's go back and review what we did. We dialed multiple numbers one after the other. As a bonus, we learned how to use hang up on star to kill the call, and then we dialed multiple numbers, all of them together. The Twilio Twimlet does not end with it. You can actually nest multiple things even after that. So it's entirely possible to add a second set of dial after this, and then have you dial just the Costco. done with simultaneous call, and then we'll say no. Right, so first we connected the call with either Costco or Walmart. We just dialed this number. Then when we completed that, we made this say. So we announced that we're going to call Costco. And then we dialed just the Costco number. And now we can say done with both the calls and hang up. That's an interesting one. Let's try that out. There is, as you can see, there is no change required in Twilio because the file remains the same.
Connecting your call with Costco or Walmart. FedEx office is now hiring. Please speak to a manager for details. Done with simultaneous call. Calling Costco now.
Thank you for calling the Sunnyvale Costco. The warehouse is now closed.
So I'm calling Costco now, and I will press star, and this should now end the call. And the call was hung up. So that is really the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If there is any topic that you would like me to cover, please add the comments below, and I'll try to do my best to cover the topic that's of interest to you. Thank you.